What's up, everybody? Welcome to 3D Rivals, your first line of defense against stupid movies. My name is DJ, and as always, I'm joined by my co-host, my sister, Deborah.
What's up?
And off camera, my brother, Derek.
What's up?
And this time, we're going to be talking about Alien Romulus, the newest addition to the Alien franchise, the first one to come out after Disney bought Fox.
Yes.
Yeah. So we'll be jumping into this movie, and I'm just gonna say, I'll say as a blanket term what I think before we get into everything. I think if you're a person that enjoys the first Alien movie, I think you'll enjoy this one.
I would agree.
My feeling.
I think
I
so.
would agree.
But I saw one of the reviews I watched said that it's kind of like some of the people who are fans of the franchise really liked it, and then some people who are fans of the franchise didn't like it. I didn't really see too many negative reviews, but I'm guessing there's some fans that are split about it.
Did they state on what they didn't like about it? The ones that said that they didn't.
Like fans of the franchise?
Yeah, nothing that was too clear to. I just felt like y'all being petty.
To me, we recently watched Aliens. We did.
Right.
Yeah.
To me, it didn't feel different. And that's when I came out of the theater and I'm like, it felt like I watched an Alien movie.
Yeah, that's the same with me.
One of the things I had noted was that it felt like the original too.
Yes.
Which I really enjoy because everything after that, that's like the recent stuff in the franchise, I'm not a real fan of.
Right.
A lot of people aren't. Prometheus and Covenant?
Yeah, Covenant. Even Alien 3.
And Resurrection. It's just like, I'm not a fan. So this one felt more in line with the first two.
Right.
Yes.
And it takes place in between 1 and 2, right?
Yes.
Although not technically kind of connected. There is a connection, which... I guess we will do spoiler free first.
Okay.
Kind of talk about, and then we'll get into the details of the movie. So it is kind of connected to Alien 1 in one little link, and because I thought this was going to take place on the planet.
I did too.
Of Alien 2.
Yeah. See, I thought
Aliens. Sorry.
When I first. Read the synopsis that it was going to be, because how in Alien 2 says, they're establishing a colony and now they're all gone.
Yeah,
that's what I thought we were going to see.
Yeah.
But we're way before that happens.
Yeah, it's not that at all.
Yeah, no. So like the connection with the first one is that this is 20 years after the first one happens, and basically is they grab the fossil rock that this thing was chilling in, to run experiments on it.
Yeah,
and of course just.
Yeah.
Why are we experimenting things?
We need to just stop.
Just like literally
I was wondering about the company, because like it's kind of the premise of the company in all the movies. They're always going after this experiment, and it just causes problems. And I was wondering at the end of it, I'm like, why? What are you going to use this for? You know?
Well, they said what their goal is, but I just feel like, how many people have to die before you realize, maybe this is not
a good idea?
Yeah, this is not it.
Yeah, I mean, evidently they don't care about people.
Well,
I'll kind of get to some details from the beginning of the movie, in spoilers, but like they definitely don't care about people.
No, they don't.
No, which is not. It's very much in line with what they've been doing this entire time.
Yeah,
I felt like how and where this movie took place, that if they wanted to do a sequel off of it and make a movie based off of what happened on the planet that they left from the first Alien movie, they can still do that.
You mean the where they were all working at, where they were mining at?
No, because in Aliens, they were saying...
Oh, you mean
people,
the colony?
Yeah, they were like, people will inhabit that planet, and Ripley was saying like, no. It's like, if you sent people there to that planet, they're all dead now.
Ain't that what I said?
Yeah. Oh, I think he's saying so they can still do a movie showing what happened to that colony. Yeah. I think that's what I thought this movie was going to be. But now they can still. Yeah, they can still.
Yeah, they can still do that movie on what happened to. Yeah.
But talking about some aspects of this movie, I'll start with sound design. I think the sound design was pretty good. One, faithful to the original Alien movies. Like, I mean, the old computers, the beep bop, all that stuff.
Yeah.
But even like just the beginning of this movie, where like it's out of space and obviously there's no sound in space, and it was just silent. Like, and it was silent for a while. Like it was a long time.
The whole time before, just about the whole opening credits, until they got that casing of what the alien was in, and then the only other sound you heard was them cracking it open with the laser.
Yeah. So sound design was really good, even with the use of music at some points towards the end of the movie. I thought it was good. At the end of the movie, which I thought was the only, I would say this, I didn't find the alien scary in this, but I think after watching Alien and Aliens, it's not.
Yeah, I felt like he leaned heavily on the goriness of it, which isn't too far off from what the first two had. It's just, it looks better because technology is better than 40 years ago.
And they said they wanted to follow the premise of the first two movies, where you don't see the alien all like that until like the end of the movie.
Yeah.
You're right, but what I was gonna say is that they lean more heavily on that part instead of the suspense and thrill that the other two offered.
I mean, there were a few scenes in there where it was like, but I found the end of the movie.
Oh, when she was dangling from the.
No, not that. Just
the whole thing.
We'll mention it, but
the
that
whole
thing. The thing at the end of the movie.
That whole third act.
I'm like,
that whole third act. Nah.
I would say like the whole third, or like when it came, everyone was just like, oh. It was just creepy and weird. And
for those of you who haven't seen this, there is a thing at the end of the movie, and you'll know what we're talking about when you get there.
Is that a spoiler?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
It's a spoiler.
I don't think it is.
It is a spoiler.
Okay.
Yes, it is. Stop.
I don't think it is, but okay.
Yeah, but no. But you mentioned gore, and I see that. But with that being said, I don't think it's more gory than the original. Because it's not like slasher movie gory, you know?
No, I'm not saying that like it was unnecessary or anything like that, or just more or out of place or anything. I just feel like it wasn't suspenseful enough for me.
Well, I feel like it's because when it comes to movies like this, after a while, like like the premise and what happens. So it's just like, at least for me, it's like there's no surprise with that. It's just like, what the face huggers do. You know what happens when it's in you.
Yeah, but that doesn't change. Like how in the first one when they're like walking down the hallway and they're searching for it.
Yeah.
And the sound you get is like the beeping of the machine that's supposed to detect it.
Okay,
so you know something is going to happen, but it's like you're waiting for something, and I feel like it's missing that part of it.
It is missing that. Yeah, I think that's true. That's a good assessment. You're missing that kind of suspense from this movie.
Okay.
Not that I wasn't like enjoying the watch, but I think that it wasn't as suspenseful. Yeah.
Okay. I'll give you that. That aspect of it, yeah, that makes sense.
There is a what are they called? A synth? Is that what they're called? What are they called?
The computer guy?
Yeah.
An android?
I mean, no, they're.
I think it's a synth. A synthetic.
Yeah.
I mean, they called them everything. Synthetic, android, AI,
but he said
robot.
he wasn't an android.
Yeah, he's not. I don't know. Whatever. There was one of those in there.
Yeah, I think they're.
I found myself agreeing with it.
Yes.
I mean,
for the majority of the movie.
I agree.
Yes.
Like, it was supposed to say, and I was like, I don't know. Like, I mean, I kept expecting him to like double cross them at the end, which didn't really happen.
Right.
But I was just like, I kind of agree with him. Like, I feel like the problem with these people in this movie is just that at some point, I'm just letting y'all know, like, if an alien eats your face, I'm leaving you behind.
Yeah.
And I just feel like everyone was like, no, we need to save so-and-so. And I was just like, you got to cut this person loose.
The same issue with the first two movies. Now, the first movie, I get, you don't know what this is.
Look, man, he had an alien on his face.
Yeah,
you don't bring him inside.
He was supposed to quarantine, and I agree with that.
That part, yes.
So he should have had that alien burst out of him outside of the ship, and then we could be like, "Oh no!" and fly off.
Yeah.
Yeah. They let him come to breakfast, and
Yeah. It's really like, I'm like, weren't you unconscious like 2 seconds ago?
Right.
And now we gonna
now
eat dinner?
you're just like, okay, let's eat together.
Yeah, no, not happening.
Yeah.
Not happening.
Yeah. Oh man. I'm just thinking about that scene, and now I'm like, oh, dang, it's so messed up.
Yeah.
So messed up. Not the first one. I'm thinking about this movie.
This movie, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Ah, man.
We're bringing
feel
up
bad
when
for
we
that
get
person.
Yeah. We're bringing up when we get to spoilers.
I feel bad for a couple of people in here because it wasn't their fault. Well, one, the entire movie is one person's fault.
Yes.
One person's fault.
Yeah.
He was an idiot and he died in a pretty horrible way, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But I did let some of their decisions slide as well, because everybody in this movie are like they feel like teens, right? I know
they're young adults. They're like
yeah.
late teens, early 20s. Yeah,
Right.
so they're not experienced space people or nothing like that. Basically,
Yeah.
it's just they're tired of working in the mines in a colony.
Mm-hmm.
They realize they're never going to leave because the company is awful. So they say, hey, there's a ship out here. It can get us to, I want to call it Valhalla, but that's not the name of the planet they wanted to
whatever
get to.
it was, Vega or something.
Yeah, I do. So,
okay, Thor.
so
that's what
it's
it sounds like.
that's what's in my head. I know that's not the name of it. So basically, it's like we're gonna hop on, we're gonna steal the ship, we're gonna grab those cryopods, and we're gonna leave. And that was what their mission was, which is understandable because they were never going to be able to leave the colony.
Yeah, even what got the aliens released, like I don't blame them. They know nothing about any of this.
No,
right?
although I gotta say, man, y'all see that stuff melting, them little animals moving around in there?
They didn't see it. No, they didn't.
No,
They
they
were
didn't.
standing right next to it.
They didn't see it.
No.
The only one that saw it was Andy.
I'm gonna need y'all to use y'all eyes.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't hidden.
And the two girls outside saw it.
They should have seen it.
But it's like if you're concentrating and only paying attention to one thing, you're not noticing that.
You gotta have awareness.
Because I looked at that as like that's like going into a huge computer server.
And I'm gonna notice the rat in the corner moving.
Everybody's not gonna notice the rat in the corner moving.
I'm just saying y'all should have noticed that. Not that it was gonna make any difference, but I'm like y'all should have noticed that.
Yeah. Well, because their issue was, well, we'll get to
Yeah.
it.
So yeah, the decision making, fine. But a lot of this felt very reminiscent of Alien 1, even with our protagonist. I was like, she's not Ripley.
No.
She's not.
Yeah.
But still, I got some, I don't know, some hints of that type of protagonist in this,
Yeah.
Yeah, I think she was tough when she needed to be tough. I mean, we'll say
She didn't do anything stupid to survive.
One thing.
No, I'm saying
she did one thing.
yes, that was dumb. I'm saying like for her survival throughout the movie, except for that one thing, like she didn't do like the stupid tropes.
Yeah.
It was like, okay, this is how I'm going to get through it. Let's get through it.
Yeah, true. And the Isabel Merced, that's her name? Isabel Merced?
I have no idea.
Dora the Explorer.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
she is the
You said it like I've seen Dora the Explorer.
I seen it.
I seen Dora.
I seen 10 minutes of it and was like, no.
Horrible
Why
movie, by
would
the
you?
way. Anyway, she was in Madam Web, another horrible movie. Man, they have not really done her justice.
She was in that.
I felt sorry for her
Wow.
character too.
Yeah.
You know what?
She got beat up from the very beginning.
You gotta leave her behind. I'm sorry. You gotta leave her behind.
We'll get to that. We'll get to. There was a point where I say yes, and there was a point where I would have done what they did.
I mean, I know where I was like, oh, and then like I get it.
Yeah.
But my logic, my especially since you're like, yo, I know what happened.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta leave her behind, man.
Well, there were a couple of things they shouldn't have done.
Yeah.
But okay. I don't know. Anything else to talk about without spoiling?
No, because we're talking around this movie for no reason.
Yeah. All right. So I would say if you haven't seen the movie, go ahead and go see it. If you enjoyed the first Alien movie, personally, I think you would enjoy this one.
Yep.
It is.
Music score is good. The what's the word you use all the time?
Cinematography.
Yeah, was good.
Oh, that was good. I didn't want to mention that. It felt, even though it was new, it felt kind of like that 80s style of filming. Like there was one point where she's like shooting at the aliens and it's like flash cutting from her shooting to the aliens getting shot. And I was like, it felt like how they did it in the original movie, but it didn't feel stale, you know? So yeah, like you said, cinematography, I think it was pretty good.
I would agree.
I haven't used that in months.
Well, we really haven't.
I don't think we watched anything that was worth mentioning. That
that's true. Yeah. Yeah. So plus doing well in box office right now. I think when I checked last, it was like on track to be worldwide close to 100 million. I don't know where.
Yeah,
where
I think
it is.
I think I saw 91.
91 million.
I never checked, so okay. I know it's doing well, but
yeah. Okay. So if you haven't seen it, go ahead and go see it. We're gonna go ahead and start spoiling the movie now. Cool. What?
I don't really think there's. What spoilers are there?
The third act is one giant spoiler. That is a spoiler.
Okay, sure.
All right. Anyway, spoilers. So, okay. So, yeah, the company. I mean, we already know how they are, but
they are horrible.
Horrible.
Yeah.
First of all, I'm like, are they making kids work?
Yes.
I mean, do you really think they care about child labor?
No.
So, like, were they just born into working for the company? Because she's like, I met my quota. And then it's like, oh, well, your quota just went up and you got to spend another 6 years here. Like,
yeah, it's just like, oh, yeah, she's eligible.
As she manually put it in.
Yeah, it's just as like the flash thing is like, yeah, this girl can leave. And she was just like, let's just roll this clock up. This is pretty insane.
Yeah.
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 And not only that, but like in horrible conditions because terraforming is pretty bad. Like, you know, we talk about it, and I know there are certain people on our planet that want to go to Mars or whatever. Terraforming is probably not worth the energy.
Yeah, like
I'll wait.
Well,
I ain't got to be the first person there.
That it's pretty obvious that one is not working.
Yeah.
Because you figured one of the things, like, if you can hear, like, when she's, like, waking up, an announcement is about anyone who's feeling sick with flu-like symptoms and blah, 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 right? They're in this place with no sun. Her parents had died from the illness, from the mines or whatever.
Yeah.
And then if you hear what Rook was talking about, the non-android guy, they wanted to, you know, create this stuff to make people more resilient to being in space.
Yeah.
And it's just like... Yeah. You gotta go through all of this because it's not worth it.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know the franchise, so y'all can yell at me or whatever. Is something wrong with Earth, or are we just playing around in space for no reason?
No.
They never explained.
Didn't she go back to Earth in Aliens? Like,
is that where she was when she was going in the beginning when she was talking? Is that Earth?
Wasn't it? No.
I don't know. I don't know. I just feel like is there a reason for us to be doing this?
Maybe we just started colonizing because I mean I guess because it's future, right? So
yeah, it's way in the future.
You ran out of space on Earth and we started colonizing. I don't like how they do the galaxy. Like that's like something really possible.
Yeah, but the thing is, it's like, but it's not working.
Yeah, it's not. Nerdy science stuff. It would be better for us to just build space stations and live on space stations than try to terraform a planet.
Well, I don't know. How about stop destroying Earth? And then we got to worry about turning rocks into a mini Earth.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, that's one option. Seems a lot easier too.
No, she did not return to Earth. Huh? She was rescued by another ship.
Well, we're saying that when she was talking to the company people,
she woke up in like a hospital or something like that. But
maybe
she was on the ship.
She was on the ship. Oh. And they said she was in stasis for 57 years.
Yes, that part we know.
Yeah. So, yeah, during this movie, she's still in stasis.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so, but that gives us our reason for our group of people. Like, they're like, yo, we just gonna leave. We found an abandoned ship or something up in the atmosphere, and we're just gonna go do it. And I'm like, I feel him.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes
You know?
sense. Yeah.
Yeah. And then it's like they trying. Was it Rain that was trying to reason with him, saying like, maybe it's not a good idea, but it's just like, well, what other choice we have? We're never gonna get a chance to leave.
Yeah, and you just saw like you weren't going to get another chance to leave.
Yeah.
So yeah, I feel him. I agree with him.
Mm-hmm.
I don't agree with. Okay, so there one. I forgot his name. The one guy is just a giant d-bag.
Borge.
Oh, Bjorn.
Yeah, there you go.
Bjorn.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, okay, I get some synthetic or whatever allowed people to die.
Mm-hmm.
3 people died to save the rest of them.
But him getting on, what's our main character's name?
Rain.
Rain. Oh yeah, Rain. Okay. So him getting on Rain like that, he's not your brother. Obviously, I mean, she knows that, but it's the only thing she has left. Like her parents died.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, essentially, like he's been set up to be like her brother, which is fine. And it's like I understand him being upset because his mom died because of a choice that they made, and they figured that was the choice for the greater good.
Yeah.
Right.
I understand him being upset, but like I do really feel like that he was being an a-hole just for the sake of being an a-hole in this movie.
Yeah, because there were other parts too. I'm like, you're just
like now is not the time for this nonsense. And it's just like he had
and then
no
I'm like,
off switch.
And then is not this android like?
Well, no, I can understand him being mad.
Yeah, because they're all calculations.
Yeah, like that's fine. Like I can understand that, but it was just like all the time, no matter what situation we were in.
Yeah,
it's just like, bruh, this is not.
But then sometimes those calculations matter. Like I'll skip ahead to when the pregnant girl was behind the door.
You don't open that door.
Right. No. Now, as a human without the calculations in my head, I might have opened the door like, oh, come on, whatever, blah, blah, blah.
Right,
and we all would have died.
Yeah.
But I don't know, like, I'm not going to be mad at the android or whatever they're called. I'm not going to be mad at them because he can factually know, like, this is not going to work.
Right. He's like, we'll
all die.
Yeah.
And in that case, I'll be upset that she got attacked by the alien, but I'm not going to be mad at him.
Yeah, like, because your rational mind is like, you can get in and out and before, and it's just like, that ain't happening.
Yeah.
I was just like, you know what? Don't open that door.
Well, I say, like, in a real life example, they say all the time, if your house is on fire and you get out, you're not supposed to run back in.
Yeah.
And how many times people have run back in, it's like, yes, your child or your spouse or a family member or some other family member is in the house. You want to save them. Yeah. But the percentage and odds are you run back in that house, you're going to die too.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's a harsh decision to have to come with that where you basically deciding, is it my life or theirs?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But
so, I mean, in that instance, though, in the movie, I was like, at the moment, would I be thinking about all that as a person? No, like the what's name said, like humans think emotionally. I'll be like, oh, get her out. But with him there and going like, yo, no, like, because he's like, it's waiting for us to open the door.
Yeah, exactly. Like that thing,
which it was.
It moves fast, right? She's gonna hop through, and it's gonna hop through right with her, and then it's like in the movie.
And you can't close the door in time.
Yeah, not happening.
Right.
Yeah. So I feel it.
Mm-hmm.
One thing that was a nope for me is when they first docked, and then they're like crawling through that tiny little space.
That was too claustrophobic.
I'm like, yo, bro, I'll be like, hey, yo, can we find another dock?
Yeah, and also dealing with the anti-gravity coming on and off.
Dude.
What's wrong with that?
No, it was
because
fine.
they was in that slow, that closing area, so they couldn't float up, so he was feeling it through his stomach.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah, that might call you.
Yeah, I would have threw up. I know I would have.
Yeah, that's so weird.
Bjorn, again, an idiot. So you know the gravity field comes on and off. Why are you not holding on to something?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's just floating around.
Yeah, just getting
And then falls to the ground again. It's like, okay, you didn't catch it the first time. But then it's happening and again, and he's still, I'm like, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He wasn't the brightest.
Yeah. So they would have been fine. But the pods that they found did not have enough cryo fuel.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so they went to go find more. And this is where it goes off the rails because the cryo fuel was keeping cool the face huggers.
Yeah.
Yes.
Which they wouldn't know. So, like,
yeah.
You know, they're just like, it's cryo fuel in here. Let's go get it.
Mm-hmm.
You know. Nobody... They were in there. Nobody looked up. They saw that big old hole in the floor. Nobody looked up and saw, because there was a dead alien right above the giant hole in the floor.
My thing is, I'm already going to question why this ship is floating around with no one on it.
Mm-hmm.
Now we're seeing giant holes in the ground and whatnot.
Yeah.
To me, I'd be like, you know what? Something went down here. We shouldn't be here.
Yeah.
It's just like, I just feel like there's just too many signs.
For me, it's like, all right, you convinced me to come in here and get it. We got here. It's not enough fuel. I'm like, in my head, I'm like, we're just going to have to take this as a loss. I'm not going further into this ship because we don't know why this ship is floating here. You convinced me to get to this point. I'm not going further than that. I wonder,
like, is there a planet that's 3 years away?
Apparently not. And that's possible.
I mean, that's possible.
Space, that's a full possibility.
That's a possibility.
Something has to be 3 years away.
Actually, 9 years sounds like that's
no, because how far away is Mars from us?
Well, 6 months.
6 months, okay.
Yeah. But we're in a solar system with multiple rocky planets, which apparently
I just feel like something has to be there, a gas station type thing where y'all can get some more, just something. I was just like, I just like re-looked at the map, like, okay, where can we get to in 3 years? If they can't stay in
stasis, then they're gonna die in space.
Well, I know. That's why I'm hoping there's a gas station a year away where they can pick up some more cryo fuel.
Probably another colony. But something. no, because we gotta think our closest star. I think it was at near light speed. Will take us 65 years.
Okay, but you just said it was a whole nother solar system. So
I think they're going to another solar system. Not taking 9 years to get to a planet inside of the solar system.
I don't know. Show me a map. I'm just saying there could have been something 3 years away, and they didn't even attempt to think about. I think
they do. Maybe the 65 years that they needed to get to, maybe that's the known planet that they know about, that there's humans.
Because that planet has the sun or whatever. Just, I don't know.
Well, they don't want to go to another colony either and then be forced to work. They'd be in the same position.
Not necessarily. I don't know nothing about the closer planet. My thing is,
what they didn't say it was. You're just assuming there's a closer planet.
I am assuming there's a closer planet.
I don't think there was,
and I think it's better than exploring an alien-infested ship.
Well, they didn't know it was infested with aliens.
Man, that shit was super creepy, and at some point,
like I said, I wouldn't have been going further. Like, I
don't like exploring abandoned things at all.
That's what I'm saying. Like, no one questioned where did all the people go?
Yeah.
That's the thing. Like, it's just floating there. They're talking about in 36 hours it's going to run into the
rings.
The rings. So where did the people go? I just feel like in my head I've been like, something happened here, and you might want to consider the people left.
Oh yeah. So first of all, I forgot. I was blaming Bjorn for the entire movie. Excuse me. But no, I guess the blame goes on the company. Because they're idiots that went and collected the alien that was froze out in space from the first movie.
Yeah.
On the station, and that's what they collected to.
Yeah, well, we already said the company is just. I mean, everything can be blamed on the company.
Yeah, what is with them and the aliens?
Yeah, it's like, my thing is, why didn't you learn your lesson from 20 years prior when you told Ash, like, bring this thing back at all costs? You saw how that went down.
Yeah. And
so your plan was, we'll just snatch it from space.
Yeah, well, they got it, and then it destroyed that space station.
Yeah.
So.
Which apparently they already have facehuggers there.
Well, because it turns out like these things are super hard to kill. So once they unlock that thing, it can probably lay more eggs and develop more face huggers.
Yeah.
So
Right. So they go into.
Yeah. So they get the cryo thing, which starts melting the face huggers.
They can't get out the room.
They upgrade Andy. That's their
right.
They
had to upgrade him because he couldn't get out of the room with his current clearance.
Yeah, so they had to upgrade him to get him out of the room, and all the face huggers are jumping down. This was a little creepy. One dude got away from it. It kind of got on his face. They got away because they had the little shocky thing.
Yeah.
That worked. And the best thing about it, okay, what was her name? Navajo?
Navajo.
No, it wasn't.
No, it was Navarro.
What?
Yeah, Navarro.
See, I feel sorry for her because she's outside of this room, right?
Oh,
they went in to save them because they're trapped in the room there.
Yeah.
And then the facehugger just jumps through the crack of the door as it's closing and latches onto her face. And I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
And facehuggers, like, see,
so disgusting.
They're more creepy
and
than
aggressive.
The aliens.
Yeah, and aggressive.
It's like,
hey, and then we get the explanation on how they can see with no eyes and stuff.
Yeah, so
because I always was like, well, how can they know where someone else?
In one of the other movies?
No, they never do.
That's fine. I didn't really.
I mean, I figured they just sense that you're there, and
I never questioned how are they following though.
What if it's an alien species without a mouth? I guess they can't implant in them, right?
Why? What?
What? Like, because their whole thing is attaching to something's face and planting their eggs down their windpipe or whatever.
Okay.
Yeah, disgusting.
So they did intelligently figure out how to get it off of her.
Right, because they asked the old android what it was.
All right, here's my thing about this whole thing. Because there was a messed up android there, and they
from the first movie.
No, it's not the same.
No, it's not the same one. He looks the same. It's not the same one.
Oh.
Because we never saw this space station.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
The one that guy name was Rook. His name was Ash in the first movie.
Yeah,
you're right.
He's like, you wake him up and say, "What do we do with her?" As she has the alien on her face.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Run."
Yeah.
You can't save her. Run.
Yep.
And then he not only does he say that, he goes to explain on what happened. Like, he fully explains that it implants something in her. It bursts out of her chest and it becomes the thing that is dead in the ceiling up there.
Yeah.
Like, he fully explains it.
See, that's what I'm saying.
Save her.
It's like, at some point you got to leave your friends behind.
Yeah.
Because you see the evidence of what a prior attack looks like.
Yeah.
He then goes into detail to tell you what's happening to your friend. It's just like, and you already had to fight these things off.
Yeah.
And the dude, first of all, he got toe up. Like, there's no saving her.
Yeah.
Look, sometimes you got to leave them behind.
Yeah.
And then, but they figure out they freeze the tail so they can get it off her face. But then he still says there's a 60% chance it already has implanted in her.
Yeah.
Which the thing is, like, it was on her face for a while. Like, I don't know how long it takes for them to implant whatever eggs they need in there.
Or my thing is like, okay, I was thinking like, okay, if you're gonna take her with you, then you have to find a way to quarantine her from the rest of everyone else. To just, you know what I mean? And they didn't even do that.
I've seen the alien in the ceiling. I don't know.
No, I agree, but like in the one was like, okay, so let's look from their point of view. They're young. These are our friends. We don't want to leave my friend behind. I get it, right? No man left behind.
We got her off. We got the alien off her face.
And he's like, hey, maybe she's that 40%. I certainly understand that aspect. I'm going to be like, this is not a risk worth taking. But they're not experienced people.
Here's what we do. Airlock. She stays in the airlock on the space station.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
While we detach and we communicate to see what happens.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
And if you don't have an alien bursting out of you after a day.
It's like, if you were going to take that risk, then we would have had to quarantine her from everyone else.
Yeah.
That's to me, that would be the only option. Like, if I thought there's no way I'm leaving her behind, I'm also saying you cannot get on the ship with us.
But the thing is, okay, Bjorn is the one that's like gung ho about it, right? And then I'm like, but he took her on the ship, and then he was leaving Rain and old dude behind.
True.
And I'm like,
oh, but that's because Andy was gonna kill her.
Yeah, Andy probably should have killed her.
But then there's a point too. Is like, okay, he's running to take off, but so because Andy is going to kill her, he's willing to leave the other two people behind.
Right.
And
So I was
really
like, that's
up.
contradictive.
It is.
Yeah.
And I'm like, so you just gave up the other people's lives and left them? How did you know Andy? Well, Andy wasn't going to kill him, but yeah. So this movie is his fault because he brought her onto their ship.
Yeah.
And she immediately had an alien burst through her chest.
Yep.
Yeah.
Which just happened a lot faster than in the first
I was thinking that. I was like, this happened faster.
Yeah, it's a lot faster.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't think I feel like it happens in different speeds. Honestly, I feel like it's a movie trope. Because I'm just like in Aliens versus Predator, some people they get all cocooned and hanging there for a while, and then like it busts through their chest, and then there's like some people.
Well, no, they don't always put a face hugger on them immediately. So they will, like, later on in the movie, we see that I don't know her movie name.
Kay.
Yeah,
you talking about the pregnant girl?
Yeah.
Kay.
You see that she was hanging up, and they didn't.
Why didn't they kill her?
They didn't implant her yet because she was seriously injured, so they needed that to heal first.
Okay, but the guy, which I think is, or maybe they're just friends, they killed him right away.
Yeah, and I was thinking that because I was like, in an Alien movie, it just went and killed everybody. But then in Aliens, they decided to save some people.
Which I get because you got to reproduce. So some people you have to save.
I think maybe it was just mad at him.
I think maybe they just did that so we can have the third act.
Yeah.
Well, or no, he was about to attack it. That the issue
is that because he was actively fighting them is why they killed him instead?
Yeah, because he had his gun with him, didn't he?
Yeah.
He was about to attack it.
Okay.
Yeah. So I guess it makes more sense.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, so this sets the whole thing off.
Right. So it burst out her chest.
He makes one smart decision when it bursts out of her chest and then it cocoons so it can get bigger. And I mean, I agree with him. He took the shocky thingy and tried to kill it in the cocoon.
I do and I don't because my thing is you don't know if that's gonna work. Why are we taking a look? Or when you have a chance to just leave, and then you do all of that, and then you're just staring at it.
But see, the thing is, it's on the ship. So if they leave the ship, what are they gonna do? Then they're trapped on the base with a bunch of face huggers.
Yeah.
My thing is, I feel like that's too much of a risk. I would rather get out of the area and figure out what I'm going to do. And then, especially when he does all of that and then decides to just stare at it anyway. So you didn't really make a good decision.
No, it melted the shocker thing.
Oh, yeah.
And then he spent 30 seconds staring at it and he got stabbed in the face.
Yeah, he got stabbed in the face and died in the worst way possible as he got acid, I think, purposely dripped on him.
Yes, absolutely. And then I'm telling the old girl, girl, if you don't get away from this thing.
Yeah.
She just staring. I'm like...
That's the one thing, that was the one death that I was like, that was just gruesome. I'm like, oh my God. Acid through his chest, basically.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
That was gruesome.
Yep. Because it was burning away at his arm, his fingers.
Yeah, you don't want to mess with acids, man.
No.
Yeah. Yeah, I know she was scared. Or whatever.
Yeah. But she didn't know the key was dropped.
Okay, but she got the door open fine, but then she immediately fell out of a thing. Pay attention. I know you're scared, but still pay attention to your surroundings. Come on, people.
Gotta agree.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So and then they had to go through a hallway with all the face huggers there, but they raised the temperature.
Yeah.
To match their temperature. Yeah, but he said do not make too much noise. He was like, if you start to panic or your anxiety gets up too high, he was like, it make, you get goosebumps. It's like, they can sense all that.
Lower?
Right, because he was saying something else about, like, because then your body, you'll start to sweat.
Oh
and
no,
get
if you get
goosebumps to
goosebumps,
lower
that
your...
means your temperature's higher.
Yeah.
Because the goosebumps is
Because
Yeah.
your body's going to start trying to lower your body temperature.
Yeah.
Which, but I guess my question was, okay, your body temperature is 98.6. And they turned the heat up in the room to 98.6.
Turn it up to 100.
Yeah, but I feel like your body's going to immediately start working to cool down, isn't it not, or no?
Isn't that good? Don't they track heat? So if you're cooler, are they still tracking you?
Yeah.
Don't you need to be... Yeah.
Oh, it's got to be invisible.
Yeah.
Well, then this would never work.
Yeah, I question...
because your body temperature fluctuates.
Yeah.
I question how well that would work. But someone who knows anatomy, not me, can let me know.
Well,
and then,
it could work because you're just walking through that room. You just need to get through that room. The stupid thing was he stops and starts talking to her on the
well, that makes sense. I'm not questioning him stopping to talk to her.
Well,
but you weren't supposed to make noise.
She was screaming.
She was screaming, and she was screaming at the radio. He had to do something with the radio.
Yeah. I would have been like, hold on.
And she would have died.
Well, she would have done anyways. My thing is, I don't see the key. I don't look around for the key.
Well, the thing is, she never was a part of any of the missions. She doesn't know how the doors open.
Yeah, she didn't know any of that.
She stayed behind. She was the only one that stayed behind. Everybody else went.
Okay.
But this is how we get to the point where Andy decides to leave her behind the closed door. Which, yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Andy made the right decision there. Like I said, might I have as a person tried to save her?
Yes. Yeah.
But
I mean,
I think he made the right decision.
Absolutely. Yeah. No. Absolutely.
Yeah, he did.
So those were the two times I say I agree with him.
Mm-hmm.
One, we would have left Navarro.
Yes.
Well, I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Especially after everything was explained to me. And even though I probably would have tried to open the door, maybe, I think the right decision was not to. So, yeah. So we get some pretty cool parts, I think, after this. Well, one, I don't know, why do we keep listening to Rook? The other android.
Well, yeah, because remember at this point, Andy has been modified.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
So his job is now to
bring the samples
to finish the directive, which was to bring
Wayland.
the samples, which we didn't talk about.
Yeah.
But it's like the black goo, which I think showed up in Prometheus.
Yeah.
Yes.
But okay, so apparently, now I didn't watch Prometheus, but I got some history on it.
Yeah.
So the black goo or whatever that is like causes the changes or whatever. Apparently, at this station they modified it, quote unquote, to help to evolve humans so that they can live in harsher climates. But see, my thing was, what do you think that would look like, guys? I'm like, I mean, you're not gonna be human anymore, at minimum.
Yeah.
At minimum, you're not going to be human anymore.
Yeah.
At maximum, we get what we got at the end of this movie, which is creepy human baby alien hybrid thing.
They knew that because, like, when he was explaining it to it and showed the little video of the rat, like, see, look how the rat thing.
Yeah.
It didn't show them the end of the video.
Yeah.
Which means that the company was well aware that this thing was not a final product, and I felt like y'all were just gonna go start testing this on people.
And they still want.
I don't think they were going to start testing it on people. They were still going to keep testing it.
I bet they would.
But he lied to them. And
he lied, yeah.
Told them it was
fine. Because from his standpoint, it doesn't matter if they survive. He just need Andy to bring it back to Wayland.
Well, he didn't know they would inject it. That came up because they had to save Kay.
Yeah.
Which, okay. So, Deborah says you wouldn't have... I think if I'm already down there and I hear her cry out...
No, I understand that. Like, I understand one of the guys. I'd have been like, bro, I don't know. Because we don't know what happened to her while she was in there.
Yeah.
Right.
But Andy clarified that she didn't get...
Yeah.
They didn't put the face
and I'm like, I agree with Rain because he was like, oh, inject her with the goo. And she's like, I don't trust that.
Right, I don't trust that.
Yeah.
100%.
I agree with it.
No. What Jen says to me, Kay, girl, like, come on.
but she was in a bunch of pain.
I'm not doing it.
And
I'm not doing it.
Well, the thing is, she wasn't in the room when they showed the video.
Yeah, Kay didn't know anything about it. So what happens is, so our audience knows.
Yeah.
So what happens is, Kay ends up getting back to the ship by herself, and all she heard from them is that the little injection could heal her.
Right.
And then Rain said, "I don't trust it."
Yeah.
I'm going with I don't trust it.
Plus you pregnant.
Yeah.
So she injects herself.
But I mean, she's thinking about all the pain that she's been in. She has a broken leg.
Bruh.
She's bleeding.
Android said, if we leave now, she has a chance.
Yeah, because you put her in stasis,
and then
she gets worked on when...
I'd rather take the chance than taking... Think about it, like, even if the drug worked, I'm not going to take this one, it looks weird. I know nothing about this.
Hey, how come...
I overhear someone say it could heal you.
How come the stasis didn't put her pregnancy in stasis?
Because old girl opened the thing.
No, the stasis stopped.
The stasis stopped.
She was critical and
because
it stopped.
She was critical.
I don't think
it was fully pregnant.
I don't think it was running yet. You know what I mean? Like I don't think it got to its full.
Oh, it didn't freeze.
Yeah, I don't think it got to its full. Like whatever it needs to do to completely.
No, I think you can't. I was thinking you can't be pregnant in the stasis.
Yeah,
that's what I was thinking.
No, because it basically stops everything.
Yeah.
That's why Ripley was in it for 60 years or whatever.
Yeah, I don't think it was like at 100% running. Because, you know, Rain had to get in hers and stuff yet too. So I don't think it was at that stage.
Okay,
yet.
so it wasn't stopping anything?
Yeah. That's what I'm thinking. That it wasn't ready yet.
Maybe.
I
don't know. Because it had the warning that stasis was stopped, but maybe you're right. I don't know.
Yeah, or I mean, it could be that, you know, I just don't think it was up and running 100%, which is why it was able to take like, hey, something's wrong with her vital signs.
Yeah.
And we're stopping it.
Maybe. Okay, maybe that is the case.
That's what I'm thinking. But if I was Rain, man, push that girl back in there and turn that air up. I mean, you have two options. Either put it back in and hope it stops whatever's happening to her, or you kill her. Those are your options. You do nothing else.
Well, she didn't know that she ejected herself until
you saw that creepy stuff happening to that girl after everything you've been through. Your options is I'm pushing you back in, or I'm killing you.
Yeah.
I'm not doing anything
At that point,
else
because
she,
late, though.
Like, think about how she was acting. Like, girl, I'm sorry, I'm taking you out.
Yeah,
I'm taking you out.
I feel like at that point it was too late. That point of the transformation is too late.
It was too late. It was coming out anyway. But before we get to that point, one thing I didn't like about Rain was they're on the elevator. Andy gets hurt.
Yeah.
And they're going up to the ship, and she stops the elevator to go down and save Andy. Now, I get her attachment to Andy because she grew up with him and basically the only family. But at this point, especially since the last time I saw him, he was surrounded by aliens and face huggers.
Yeah,
I know they're not attacking him because he's not a human. But
I feel like
if I go down there, they're going to attack me.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was just like,
and then he can't even go to the planet they're going to.
Right.
Yeah.
And I felt like it was also a sense of I'm going to do the human thing and go back and get him. But I'm just like, he's sentient. You going back to get him, he's not going to understand that when that situation happens again, that he's going to reason with, let's save everybody.
No, I didn't pick that up from that. I think she was just too attached to him.
She was too attached to him. I don't think he would have wanted her to go back.
No,
because it wouldn't make logical sense.
Because his objective is for her to be safe.
Yeah, I mean, she put herself in unnecessary danger because everything that happened after that, her and the girl would have been gone.
Yeah.
Now, gone, and she would have been trapped on. Well, no, because
she would
maybe
have
the girl
already been in stasis for a longer period of time.
The girl wouldn't have injected herself
because she wouldn't have been left alone.
Because she wouldn't have been left alone. So the movie that wouldn't have happened.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I would have thrown those things off the ship.
Yeah, I would not even have brought that stuff back with me.
Yeah, I don't know.
Especially since Andy got left behind. Why are we still carrying these vials of goo?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You can go.
Well, you had to put it in autopilot in order for Rook to open the doors.
Oh, that's right. Rook is still around.
Oh, yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So,
But like they did anyways, like right afterwards, just like, okay, no,
Yeah.
Right.
we're taking control. Thanks, bye.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I'm gonna let you take me back down to the company plant. Get out of here. Okay, she goes back and saves Andy. But this does give us a pretty cool scene because she shoots all the aliens and then they turn the gravity off. Well, she turns the gravity off to shoot all the aliens so their blood doesn't melt to the floor and create a vacuum.
Yeah.
So smart idea and also pretty cool scene. Although I would be extremely scared to be floating through acid.
Acid.
Yeah. But pretty cool scene. I think that looked cool.
Yeah, that was dope.
Yeah. Anyway, she saves Andy, but they get attacked by an alien. And she falls when the gravity comes back on and gets saved by an alien. So it can immediately put a face hugger on her because there was one right there.
Yeah.
But then Andy drops the elevator on top of him.
Yeah.
So there we go. And they make it back to the ship. And this is where we have the only scary thing about this movie, which is
so disturbing.
So Kay gives birth to an egg.
Yeah.
Because again, I don't know.
That's covered in acid.
I feel like she's not moving fast enough to destroy this little eggy thing. Like you see this come out of your friend.
The egg, just
that's what I'm saying. Like
she tried to.
She was moving too slow.
She tried to freeze the egg.
She was moving too slow,
and it didn't work.
So what was she running to take it?
To throw it off the ship.
Okay.
I just feel like there were other options, but okay.
Yeah, because remember she grabbed the thing and it was
yeah.
She grabbed the thing and it wasn't going off, and it did it again when she faced the adult version of it.
Yeah.
Which looks really disturbing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry. That was the more. I was like, give me the xenomorph back, please.
Yeah, that hybrid thing does look weird.
And then what was it doing to Kay?
Killing it? Killing her.
Why did it kill her?
It's not loyal.
Yeah. Yeah, because they said that near the beginning of the movie too, that the problem with them aliens is that once they kill everybody, they start attacking each other because there's nothing else there.
Yeah, it's not loyal.
And so that's what basically on what kills themselves off. They end up starving.
Well, no, they don't eat. I learned this. Wow, the xenomorphs don't eat. They just have a life cycle. Whatever energy they have at the beginning of their life is enough for their entire life cycle. Then they die.
Yeah, I think it's just it kills because it kills.
Yeah,
like it's just not gonna look at Kate like, oh no, you gave birth to me, so that's just like you're a done deal. I don't need you anymore.
Well, I don't know. Sometimes
like he was smelling her like you know.
All I'm saying is,
that
Rain,
was so creepy and disgusting.
You gave this girl so many chances. Just kill her.
She shouldn't have injected herself, but I kind of feel bad for her because she had nothing to do with any of it.
No, she didn't.
She was just on the ship, and Navarro came up there with an alien in her chest.
Yeah.
It's another reason to not inject yourself with mystery drugs.
True.
Like literally, after all of this, I'm just gonna. And it looks so weird. I'm not doing that.
There's no quicker way off the ship. Like, I don't know.
No.
But anyway, it melted into the cargo hold.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, at least she went down there. She still tried to get it, but it already hatched.
Yeah.
God, that thing was creepy, man.
Mm-hmm. That was disgusting.
Yeah. I'm glad they dropped that. So they dropped the cargo hold. And that's it for her. It killed Andy. So at the end of the day, Andy's dead anyway.
Andy's not dead.
No, Andy's not dead. She put Andy in stasis.
Okay, fine. Does that work on a robot?
She put him in it.
Well, no, it doesn't matter. It's just that way he's not going to do anything until they get to wherever the name of that planet was.
And it's just her. Why is there always only one survivor?
Yeah.
For a second, I thought it was going to be her and Kay, for real. Until Kay injected herself, and I was like, well, that's not going to go well, is it? No, I kind of thought Kay was going to turn into something. Because when they showed the rat had, mutated into something weird.
Yeah, the rat mutated.
But apparently only affected Kay's baby.
Or maybe she would have.
Yeah, but the baby was there.
Yeah.
And it killed her.
Yeah.
Anyway, I think she would have died way before that. There's no way that egg came out.
Oh, that scene. Oh my god.
There's no way that egg
And y'all
came
not
out.
saying you don't just like cut her throat or something and be like,
it doesn't matter. The egg is out.
But no, when she was screaming and stuff, you killed her right then and there. The egg was not out then.
The egg was gonna come out.
And so I'm telling you, like, I will take the chance, push it back into the cryo chamber and see if you can freeze that thing in place.
And then we'll do what? Sleep next to it for the next 9 years?
Dude, I'm blowing the whole ship up. I would rather take myself out than, you know what I mean? Like,
She's just doing the self-death.
I will, seriously.
T-minus 5 minutes.
Those are your options. Rain wasn't doing anything worthwhile besides staring at her. Like, oh, baby. Like, girl, please. We need to start killing things.
Well, what Rain did kept Rain alive.
After she allowed the girl give birth to an alien monster.
I don't think at that point it was too late.
It was too late.
She made no moves.
She opened the pod and she was full pregnant giving birth.
You watching your friend scream give birth to an alien baby. I'm stabbing that baby belly and I'm stabbing my friend. We are not doing this.
I mean, you can stab the baby. That sounds so wrong.
We are not doing this. After everything you saw went down, she did nothing.
Yeah, there were no sharp things. We could have definitely tried to do something.
That's what I'm saying. She tried nothing.
Right.
Before it grew up into that
hammer,
disgusting
no
mallet.
I'm just saying, like, I would definitely try
We don't have fire on this ship.
She didn't make.
I guess not.
You
don't really want fire in space, huh?
Yeah, no.
Wait till they had flamethrowers in the other ones.
They did.
Yeah. But remember, they were complaining to them all about the whole time about having those weapons.
I don't care.
And the dudes were saying, like, no, you're not telling us where we going again, so we gonna have these weapons.
No, they had to use the flamethrowers because they couldn't shoot because it would blow up everything.
I will set my friend on fire. I'm just saying, I'd have made some sort of
girl on fire.
I would have made some sort of
she was gonna die anyway, but you're set on killing her. Focus on the egg that came out of her.
They're both dying. Oh, they're both dying. I'd have been making sense.
Because I kind of had a feeling that she was still going to transform.
At this point, I'm not trying to save Kay. Yeah. I'm not.
Because in my head, I'm like, Kay is going to transform into something.
Yeah, I don't know.
In my head, I am with Deborah on this. Both of them got to go. Like, this came out of you. This got to go, and you got to go too, because I don't know what else is left.
That's what I'm saying. Like, she didn't.
Like, I'm going to risk. Be like, okay, you're safe now? Nah. No.
Yeah.
Because next thing you know, you busting out the stasis being something different.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
But yeah, I was not expecting that.
I wasn't expecting that either, and that was disgusting.
That was the worst thing. That was horrible.
Yeah. Mm-mm. Yeah. Then when she was hanging on, and he just busts out in front of her face. I was like, Jesus.
Nope. But all right, that was it. That was it for that movie.
Mm-hmm.
Any random movie facts?
I think is there any that we haven't talked about? Originally it was going to be released on Hulu only.
Bad idea.
Well, because this would have been Disney's first taking it over, and I just
they're making so much more money with it like this.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah. Updated numbers 108.
Okay. Yeah, I thought that was the last thing I saw. The movie was shot in chronological order. Most movies aren't, but this one was.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, they used a blend of practical effects, and like the set was actually built top to bottom, which I always like. It makes it feel better, like they're on an actual ship if they do that. And they actually hired people that worked on aliens.
It kind of had a nice flow to it too. Mm-hmm. Like, I will say that, like, the movie was throughout.
The pacing was good.
Pacing. Yes, thank you.
Yeah, they even had an actor in an alien suit. So
like the original. Like the original.
Why didn't I get the whole alien standing up clearly guy in the suit scene?
Well, I think the suits are a little bit better, so that helps.
Because in the first movie, I was just like, that's the
someone
guy
in the suit.
Yeah. So Fede Alvarez, the director, was a big fan of the game Alien Isolation, which I have not played.
I'm probably not. I can't play a scary game. I can watch this movie. I can't play a scary game.
Yeah, I don't want to be tense and scared while I'm playing a game. Yeah. But anyways, like around the game, there would be.
Asylum.
like emergency phones around, and that usually tells you like save here because something big and bad is about to happen.
Yeah.
So apparently I didn't notice it, but the internet was saying like you will see that phone in the scenes too, and that's usually when something happens in the scene.
See, now I gotta watch this.
So like now I gotta pay attention. Like, wait, did I
Yeah.
see this emergency phone? Yeah. So we already talked about the connection with Prometheus and Alien Covenant. I've seen Prometheus, didn't like it. I didn't see Covenant.
Okay.
Probably because
I
I
did see
hated
Prometheus.
I hated Prometheus.
And the alien at the end reminded me of
Yes.
Prometheus.
Yeah, it does look like those things.
I was going to say, it does it look like, what are they called, the engineers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks a little like the engineers. And then so my last movie fact is that the Reebok shoes Rain was wearing, they're actually gonna go up for sale later this month.
Dope.
Yeah.
Yeah. You want to pick up some?
No.
Okay.
She's not a Reebok.
I am not
Nike.
a Reebok.
It's got to be Nike.
I'm not saying it has to be Nike. They just have a good track record with me.
All right.
So that was it. We covered most of my nitpicks. You guys are disagreeing with how many people I killed off, but
she's just like,
these
stab
people are-
everybody. You're worse than the alien.
She would be the lone survivor because she killed everybody.
I take no chances. I'm taking no chances.
It's like, dude, you got an alien inside you. Wait, no, man, I just came around the corner.
She would be the serial killer in the movie. She's just killing everybody. But like, I didn't even have a face hugger on it. No, you were in that room. Yeah. My nitpick was I was gonna let everything else slide, but her going back for Andy, no.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I thought we already
No.
talked about that.
Yeah,
About
yeah.
nah, I'm not going
Yeah,
back.
that
on
was
her.
that was going to be my
Yeah.
nitpick. No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. All right. So then rating it.
Mm-hmm.
I would pay for that. Since this is our first time back on video, I guess I'll explain. I pay for that is a 4 out of 5 or between an 8 and 9 out of 10.
I don't know.
No?
Here's my thing, and I know it's dumb because I like the first two better.
Okay.
Okay.
I kind of want to give it Watch My Floating Clothes.
Really?
I kind
I
of
enjoyed it. I enjoyed it thoroughly.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just the entire time I'm thinking like this is a Watch My Floating Clothes for me.
Oh, okay. That's a 3
I
out
will-
of 5 for everyone. Who doesn't
I would
know.
have to go back and listen to how we rated the other two. But I would pay for that.
Yeah.
Huh.
Because honestly, like, if they make a sequel to this, I would want to watch all of them
Mm-hmm.
in chronological order.
Yeah. I mean, I could definitely throw this in with Alien and Aliens.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can.
You know,
I
yeah.
can see that.
It's the last two that are horrible. And then the prequels
Just
are
the last
horrible
two?
too.
Yeah, there's more.
Well, the prequels are horrible too.
and
Like I
Alien
don't.
versus Predator.
Yeah.
Let's put those in there.
I think I just have a nostalgia for the first Alien versus Predator.
There's no nostalgia. It's
No,
awful.
it's not
I
good.
don't know. It's not good, but I enjoy it.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So, well, 2 out of 3. So 3D Rivals rating will be, I'd pay for that. So, if you haven't seen the movie, definitely go see it. It's a good movie. I would suggest watching it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Good end of summer movie. Yeah.
Is this the no? Isn't there another big movie coming out?
Is
They said there's usually not.
Gladiator is September.
Yeah, because they said there's usually not a big movie that comes out in August. They said
Oh.
August is a slow month for movies.
Okay.
I'm
then.
surprised we're getting the big movie in September. I feel like we really didn't get much during the summer. I mean, I guess besides Deadpool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
Yeah.
But I guess Bad Boys came out in June.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
I don't count
doesn't
that as a
count.
big
Yeah,
movie.
that doesn't count.
Yeah.
No, I wasn't counting it as a big movie. I'm just thinking of like names of movies that they promoted.
Yeah. But with that being said, if you have seen Alien Romulus, let us know what you thought about it in the comments below, and make sure you subscribe to the channel and leave a like on this video, and we will catch you in the next one.